Hello there. I'll be beginning a sort of new series on YouTube to review Payday 2 saves. So I'll be starting with Crimefest 2, which is one of the actually the first save along with the Sputnik save that came out back in Crimefest 2, which is October 2015, which is a little bit controversial in the way that it introduced microtransactions and skins and drills to open saves and so on. But most of you know already that it's kind of part of the past and things changed and the drills have been removed. But it's still kind of interesting to see how those skins kind of shaped up, and especially those early skins that are kind of up in the air quality wise. Some of them are nice, some of them not so much. So it's kind of like, let's take a look. That's one of the early Baronetti skins, which is actually, for common, is pretty decent, kind of a copper goldish color. Simple, plain, easy to see. It's not really a nice sword, it's just really plain. That's another story. The coin ops. I understand the pixelated look that they want to give this to the skin, I guess, arcadey feel from 80s or early 90s. But that shit is really, really not aligned when you look at it. So, but you see the coins or just the pattern is just not aligning. It's just kind of clashing together. It's, I don't know. It's just not working for me. Maybe some people like it. I just do not. So, that's kind of plain. I'm not sure why they would call that Crimefest skin. It's really dark, plain. It almost looks like a default skin. It's not even well finished. There's some kind of little flaws you can see when you zoom in. And it's supposed to be mint, but it's just not finished well. So it's just kind of sloppy. It's called Black Thunder. I, I don't know. It's black and that's it. Nothing special to it. That's a little bit more creative. Again, with a pixelated kind of style from arcade games from the 80s. Purple, again, I don't dislike this one. It still has flaws when you can see here that it looks like it's used, but it's supposed to be mint again. So that stuff still is kind of sloppy again. Not well finished probably. But it kind of has style. I don't dislike this one completely. Purple Haze, I used to own that skin for the Thanatos. It's purple and black, metal, simple, kind of simple and appealing, so it kind of works out, I suppose. I don't see the same flaws as you see on the other ones where you could see some kind of wear, but you don't see it on this one, or not quite as much. And well, Fire Pixel is another story. For me, it's really an eyesore. It's really strange and ugly. Random pixels of brownish, orange, black color, not really nice. I don't know anybody that likes that skin actually, so I don't know. I don't know whoever buys that thing. I don't know. That's kind of scary. Grid Judge, that's kind of plain, almost a common style, but it's really this and uncommon. I kind of like it personally. It kind of has a metallic reflection green, which I kind of like. But aside from that, it's really simple, black and green, or gray and green. The Tomb, that's pretty nasty stuff again. Pixelated as hell again, which I could understand if it was aligned properly, but when you look at those things, the skulls are not aligned at all because the things don't line up. It's just like somebody slapped a texture on this and called it a day, so that's really lazy work. A little bit of orange here and really that's it. So really nasty skin overall. Awesome, that's okay, kind of qualifies as a common skin for me again. It's just blue and black with little touches of goldish orange around here in the top and the side. I know some people that like this one. I could understand it. It's pretty plain, but still somewhat appealing. I'm not a big fan of the kind of plasticky pattern on it, but that's how the gun is designed anyway, so it's still okay. It's passable. Just not really uncommon for me. Shotgun greed, same kind of vein as the Judge. It has the green metal reflection kind of style with a little bit of gold inside. It's a somewhat popular skin from what I understand. It's decent. I would still not call it uncommon, but it's okay. Now that's more where Crimefest is shining, I suppose. Sad Almir. It used to be a pretty popular skin early when the skins were released. It was kind of expensive. It's not so much anymore. But again, it has a green metal, so not really creative in a way. It has some weird pixelated ghosts or birds on it, which is kind of strange. And of course, Almir's face is talking on it with some kind of weird birdies on the bottom, and it's also here on the side. So whenever you use it to aim down the sight, you see Almir, and it might not appeal to everybody. I know it wasn't for me, so it's not completely terrible, but not my kind of thing either. So I could understand this one being rare because slightly more detail is going on into it. Oh, another atrocity in my books. It's like, I don't know, matrix pattern, binary, 0 1s all over the thing, and Hoxton hacking sticker, and that's it. Nothing else. Really, really stupid and simple. I really don't like this game. A little bit of Japanese scribbling here, but I don't know. That matrixing all over it. It's almost like Oysterbill is just kind of wasting it. Cloakerize. This one I knew some people that kind of like it, but from far away it might be okay. But when you start zooming in, it's kind of weird pixelated shit, which I understand, but it's not my cup of tea. The Cloakerize are not, are like really super pixelated. I thought they could have done a better job on this one. And this kind of gray black pattern is pretty ugly as well. And things again here on this side. This side might be somewhat okay, but this side is just not good. Like they didn't align anything at all. Just slopped it together and called it a day again. Now this one is a true atrocity of the early Payday 2 days of skin making. So it's leopard print parts with some kind, again the green metal, which in itself could be okay, but in that case, with the leopard print stuff, it's really cheesy. Oh god, this thing is just weird and nasty, and some people do like that stuff, so I guess it appeals to some people, and everybody has something to like, I suppose. I just do not like that skin. It's just, when you look at it, it's okay on the player side, but again, it's all messed up when you look at on non-play side. So again, cheesy job, not well done, quickly thrown together and called it a day again. So still an expensive skin overall for some reason. But when you bring that out in the lobby, people will definitely usually bring a comment or two about it because it's just like so noticeable in how cheesy it is. That for some reason, the Link, I'm suppose it's kind of inspired from Zelda, but with some overkill kind of touch to it. This one seems to be somewhat popular. It's still not quite as expensive as what's it called as the other one? I forgot. Safe Crasher. So it's still like 15-20 bucks. Or the Safe Crasher is like 30 to 40 bucks. But I still like the Link quite a bit more for some reason. It's still kind of clashy in red, black, yellow. A little like neon fluorescent standing out. But for some reason it kind of works out. Somehow. And for the legendary, which I do have in this case, that's a Midas touch, which they also followed the kind of arcadey pixelated style, which you can see on the barrel, kind of chunky pieces, and the handle with the coins, a little bit like the coin up common clarion thingy. But in that case, since I'm not a I really don't like that texture, but since your hand is on it, when you use it, you don't really see it. So you kind of really see more of the massive, kind of imposing uh, barrel mod they made. It's kind of squarish and big and kind of threatening, so which I sort of like. I just don't use the weapon all that much. but it's still pretty well designed. The gold is definitely not the best. It's kind of more orangish. There is better kind of golds, like the Anarcho, for example, or the Headhunter. But still, I think they did a pretty decent job to kind of follow the theme and get something different. So I guess we can open a few safes. I just purchased a couple of drills, 20 of them, and we'll see what we get. Oh god, not a coin op. And I think I did. Oh god. Oh wow, I did. Oh shit, that stuff. Oh my god. Black Thunder. That stuff is just ruined. Went through a garbage disposal or something. Maybe a copper or a 30,000 heist minute. Yeah, minigun. Lightly marked. It doesn't look all that different from the mint I showed you earlier. It still has a little bit of the flaws in the handles. Anyway, maybe a little bit of deterioration here on the tubes, but still is not bad at all. A little bit of paint chip here. And a Black Thunder. Hopefully it's not battle worn. That stuff looks really bad. Lightly marked. You can still see the flaws here that the mint had. Anyway, a little bit more. It's starting to chip. Still a really kind of simple plain skin. Looks straight out of the game almost. Would fit right in. Oh god, so close to the link, but fire pixel. Nice. Mint. Oh well. Let's see if we can find any flaws in this thing beside the ugliness of it. The brown stock and the ugly barrel. Yep, still ugly. Oh god, not one again. Broken in. Oh, that stuff definitely, the brown definitely goes down. The barrel definitely starting to show some little bit of wear and paint chipping. Almost looks better, but I guess the skin deserves to be beat up anyway. Oh, fuck that. I know the third one. Well used, that's even worse. Yep. That's what I want. Exactly. Copper. Well used. It's not terrible. A little bit of chipping and scratches. Not as bad as you would think it would be compared to the fire pixel. Black Thunder. That's not my lucky day. Oh wow. Well used. It's a little better, but it's still pretty shitty. I'm not sure what Dallas did with that stuff, but it's not pretty. And another copper being taunted with the link again. Lightly marked. Yeah, little scratches here, but it's definitely a little better. Not on that side though. That side doesn't show too much, where a little bit more here, definitely. purple haze. I guess I'm graced with commons today. Battle worn. It's beat up, but nowhere near as bad as a Mosconi was. Definitely not. It's almost not purple here on the stand. The handle's still surprisingly nice. Anyway. I probably should mention that I maybe opened 1 or 2 Crimefest saves before. So opening 20 now, it's kinda unusual for me. Lightly marked, same thing as before. No point looking at it. And another one. Broken in solo, notch below what we opened before. It's definitely showing more wear on the handlebar. Around here. The paint definitely shows spots and wear all over the place, especially here also. And the tubes are pretty bad, yeah. Lightly marked, I guess, is the best. Oh, the barrel is definitely kinda used up, chipped. Yeah. Broken in is bad, lightly marked is still okay. And another fucking minigun. Lightly marked, no point looking at that stuff. I have 3 of those now. Blues for days, purple haze. Well used, not bad. I think I just had one anyway. Whoops, not that. And again, another minigun. Lightly marked, that's the 4th one, great. Oh yeah, coin ops, probably. Nope. Oh, my first in common, huh? Lightly marked. Oh, that stuff kinda is definitely worn. Right here, around where you hold it. The handle is pretty bad. Oh yeah. For lightly marked, that's pretty disappointing. But I know the M308 doesn't really have good wear maps. You can really see that on Completely Overkill. M308, the heart attack, the lightly marked is pretty bad as well. The wear is like per weapon, not per skin, for some reason. And the minigun. I have a collection of those. Oh, that's the worst of them. Wow. The paint does really suffer, like the drum right here is really down to the core rusty. That's really sad. Even the Gatling part is getting rusty and brown. Nasty. Wow. Three left. And a coin up. That's been a while. I think that was the first one. Mint. Oh yeah. I get a mint of the one I just dislike, so that's awesome. And copper. Well, again, that skin doesn't show that much wear compared to other ones. Definitely, again, the barrel is like worn out. But compared to the battle worn minigun, it's really not bad at all. Or the Mosconi. Those guys were bad. Last one. Maybe an uncommon, maybe a common. Uncommon, huh? Two of them though. That's a pretty shitty run. Anyway. Oh god, battle worn. That's really wrecked. Most of the blue is gone. The clip is all chipped, the handle is pretty much down to the plastic. Poor thing. That was abused. The gold is completely gone. It's like orange brown now. Wow. And that settles it for today. Maybe next time might be the Sputnik save that maybe tomorrow and in the next couple days or something. Have a good one.